Hello, hello. Bl'Artagnan here, bringing you another Kaiser Behemoth Lufenia run. Wanted to carry Exdeath through it because I have a bit of an Exdeath Saga going on, more or less. You know, it hasn't been super consistent, and honestly, at this point, there have been a lot of fights where he just is complete deadweight. But I like the character, and that means sometimes you got to just kind of carry him through as deadweight with a bunch of broken, alongside some broken units. And that's exactly what we're doing here, because I also have been meaning to try out this shiny new burst weapon that I lucked into. I mean, I say lucked, gems and get you the thing. Pulled it along the way to his LD. So yeah, we're just going to be kind of stomping this using the power of Friend Garland's burst effect, followed by my Garland's burst effect, fueling a zillion lightning turns. The gameplay here isn't going to be super technical. Not everything I do is super big brain. Sometimes it's just dumb smashy face stuff, and that's exactly what we're doing here. I mean, this is a fight that kind of calls for dumb smashy face stuff. Like, if you're not using Garland, Lightning, Aranea, or some combination of those three, what are you doing? These guys, this is a super easy fight if you use at least one of them. I know, people have mixed feelings on calling fights easy, but this is, with those three characters, is a very straightforward fight. Obviously, once you remove those three, it becomes a lot more challenging, but, I think all three of those are popular enough that, most people should have access to some variant of them. Kind of reminds me of when Lightning actually got her LDBT, and her, there was like a Centurion raid that was actually super hard if you didn't have Lightning, but everybody pulled Lightning, self included, and so no one really noticed. I tried going back in later with like Arden, I think, or someone, and got completely wrecked and was like, you know what, I'm just gonna use Lightning, and that was that. But it was a bit of a lesson to me to be careful calling fights, straight up easy, because sometimes it's easy if you play as intended, is I guess the way to phrase it. So in terms of what we're doing here, I guess we dropped the Gabranth call, the regular call early on to get the 4 debuffs. We'll be dropping the LD Gabranth call. Should have done it there, but I wanted the free break. Should have done it there, but well, I've made a lot of mistakes during the course of this run. It was a pretty brainless run, and I wasn't really focused on optimal play. At one point, I think I used the Friend Garland's EX as his second move after the burst, because I saw he had some Brave and thought, oh, well, the refund, and forgot to actually use his LD as his second move, so he didn't have his full stacks. It was just a whole... Again, the idea here for me was, well, I want to use this I want to use this Garland burst for fun, I want to do some lightning stuff, and I want to carry Exdeath through because having him show up in the call to arms will be funny. And hey, like I said, sometimes this game is just about carrying your favorite characters through a fight using stronger units, just because they're the characters you enjoy using. They make you happy to see them. So here, Exdeath and Jack give us the debuffs we need to trigger Gabranth's call's full effect, so we're ready to go into regular Garland burst. Yeah. Oh, I guess in my other videos I probably should have said, at this point I probably have a few new eyes on the channel, since Black Cloud shouted out the video I did of the Abyss Dullahan fight. So hi to all you new people, welcome, I hope you're enjoying things, and I hope you continue to enjoy what I bring. Still kind of agog over the numbers that brought in. I guess, that's what happens when someone with a solid and respectable subscriber base says, hey, this is something worth your time. I'm glad he did. So, as hoped, the Garland Burst is pretty fun to use. I kind of went through there quickly, but I ended up using his skill 2 more than the skill 1, using using the LD free skill for extra skill 2, because I figured it had higher overflow, and right now the mannequin was going to die either way, so I figured let's just get as much damage on the behemoth as possible. I don't actually know if it mattered or not, but either way it capped damage on skill 2, and that was what I was looking for. This is actually the hardest part of the fight is coming up next in a couple turns, so I'm going to just call that out. This is, if you want to repeat this run, recreate this run. This is very important. Don't press any of Exdeath's actual skills here. His LD actually won't trigger the counter, but it would apply Diffusing Vortex, meaning you can't get the Ramuh Paralyze on, which you need in order to be able to actually use Exdeath skills. I think this is the third time in a row I've used the Ramuh Paralysis trick with magic. I just figured, you know, it made the fight more interesting to me to bring something goofy like an Exdeath and be like, let's say that we've cleared the fight with this. This will be fun. It kind of lacks integrity just a little bit to... Oh, just pointing this out. That is 570,000 damage EX from Garland between his burst, the call debuffs we have, and the Ramuh HP damage cap. Garland's EX is awesome, and I love using it. But anyway, as I was saying, yeah, so saying this is an Exdeath clear is kind of lacking integrity just a little bit, and I hope you can forgive me for that. This one was more for me than anything else, because I had been keeping an Exdeath Saga going, and at this point it's kind of funny for me to see how far we can technically carry him, even though getting Exdeath through this kind of quote-unquote legitimately would be a feat that I don't personally think I'm up to. Yeah, so now I'm just, as you can see, I'm basically spammed Lightning, LDs, and what's the words, and C65s to kill the boss. I was hoping to kill with the EX there for style points, but we're just going to have to do it with this extremely cinematic jumping flip attack. Good job, Garland. So there we go. Exdeath cleared it. Yay. With these two beside them. Don't pay attention to them. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. It was just a fun little romp for me. Yeah, I guess I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, and peace out. Adios.